Autoclaves are critical pieces of equipment for sterilizing instruments and microbiological media in diagnostic laboratories. They kill microbes through the generation of high temperatures and pressures, typically 121 degrees Celsius at 15 pounds per square inch. While this equipment is very useful, it's also unfortunately expensive, which means that not all people who need an autoclave are going to have access to them. And this is something that we found to be true in diagnostic veterinary labs in rural parts of Sri Lanka.
We have 25 VICs called as regional labs in all over the country. The major problems actually they don't have much infrastructure, especially a separate autoclave for the media preparation. If the autoclaves are broken down and out of order, they cannot do a basic test because they cannot make the media, any media. It's actually a significant issue for them.
With these challenges in mind, lower cost alternatives would clearly have great value. In the past, researchers have investigated the use of home pressure cookers as an autoclave alternative. The problem is, because these reach lower temperatures and pressures compared to a laboratory autoclave, prolonged cooking times are required. In one study by Swenson et al., they found that using the Instant Pot pressure cooker, 150 minutes was required in order to kill the biological indicator. While this prolonged pressure cooking is probably fine for inert objects, when it comes to microbiological media, we really need to be concerned with the production of Maillard reaction products, as well as the degradation and destruction of carbohydrates that could potentially impact how bacteria grow on the agar that we're trying to produce. And so we did a study to determine how pressure cooked media performed in comparison to that media made in a conventional autoclave, and were able to develop a standard protocol that worked quite well. First, 500 milliliters of water is placed into the Instant Pot. This is required for the generation of steam. Next, we used no more than two 250 milliliter Erlenmeyer flasks, or you could use borosilicate bottles, no more than half full. You don't want to put too much liquid or it can boil over inside the Instant Pot. We then pressure cooked it for 150 minutes or 2.5 hours at high pressure. We found that we were able to make blood agar, McConkey agar, and Mueller-Hinton, which all performed similarly to media that were produced using a conventional autoclave. The results of this investigation have been submitted for publication, and I'll put a link to the paper in the video description below when it comes out.
Some of the VICs, they just stop preparations of basic media because of lack of autoclave facility. Then we found that, this is the issue. Then as a solutions, we came up with this suggestion that having these this instrument and it's like a small spot, and at least they can continue with making these media and they can continue their microbiological testing. Most important component is the quality. We have to provide a very good quality service to the farmers. Then only they get the good benefit. We found we went there, we observed it, we found the issue, and now we came up with the solution. We did our homework because we know this is going to work in the field.